Okay, guys, good evening and welcome to tonight's session. We'll be calibrating 2026 together. So get ready for an impactful session. It's going to be very powerful. So we're starting almost immediately. So let's get ready for tonight's session. As you join, please press the share button so that your friends can also join the session because it's going to be a very, very powerful session and a lightning time really for you. If you've been confused, not knowing how 2026 will turn out for you, or maybe you weren't so proud of how your 2020 went right, and you're hoping and working on making 2026 a great year for you, then tonight class or session is for you. So ensure you invite your friends, share as you join, share with your friends and encourage them to join tonight's session is going to be a very powerful one for you. Trust me, these are not the things you see out there. And I believe you already know me. I'm the king of value, right? So anything I'm doing is always valuable. So I have to take my time to prepare for tonight's session, and it's going to be very, very important. So if you are joining, as you're joining, you can just drop a comment, your name and where you're joining from. Let me get to know you as you're joining the session tonight. Let me know you, your name and where you're joining from, and what are your expectations for tonight's session. Your name, where you're joining from, and your expectation for tonight's session. Be reminded to share and invite your friends to join tonight's session. So I will be sharing my slide and we'll be getting into the business of the day, right? So there's no time to play. As is often said, there's no time to take time, right? So I'll be sharing my slide. I already prepared the slide for you guys that we're going to use for tonight's session. So we'll be talking about calibrating 2026, why most people fail their goals and how to build systems for real success. That's what we'll be talking about tonight. Give me a minute. I'm about to do that. Okay, I need you to confirm if you can hear me clearly and if you can see my slide. Kindly confirm that. Please drop a comment. Okay, now, thank you so much, Splendor. You can see my slide. Okay, now, so I've shot the sand for us to have a great session tonight. So, calibrating 2026, why most people fail their goals and how to build systems for real success. So, that's our emphasis tonight. And now, one thing you need to understand is that most people don't fail because they lack goals. They fail because they designed nothing to support their goals. 2026 is not the year to try harder, it is the year to design better. So, what I mean in essence is that the reason why many of us we don't attain our envisioned success, the reason why you don't achieve your goals is not because you didn't set goals. The reason is that there is no system to support the goals that you have. So you dreamt big, you are ambitious, but the problem is that there is no systems that is going to ensure that your goals becomes a reality. Now, one thing you need to understand about tonight's session is that tonight's session is not a temporary hype. I'm not here tonight to motivate you, right? I'm not here to excite you. The essence of tonight's class is to push you, to help you to design the system that would ensure that when you are ending 2026, you would have ticked the bucket list of the goals that you set for yourself, and you would have even achieved further than what you actually planned, what you actually envisioned. So tonight's session will be dealing with three major things. The first thing we'll be doing is clarity. We'll be dealing with clarity. Second thing we'll be dealing with is structure. And the third thing is alignment. So we'll be clarifying our goals, creating structures for our goals, and aligning our goals to ensure that we attain success. Now, what is calibration? So we're talking about calibrating 2026. So what does calibration mean really? Calibration means adjustment for accuracy and consistency. Now, every one of us, or many of us, we've used wristwatch. Now, when you buy a wristwatch, oftentimes you have to calibrate the wristwatch to ensure that the time is accurate and it is consistent with the time zone of your current location. So sometimes if you buy a UK used phone, you see that the time is different from our current time. So what do you need to do? You have to change the time zone. So when we say we are calibrating 2026, what we are doing is we are aligning our goals with our habits. We are aligning our goals with our environment. We are aligning our goals with our daily decisions. So the three things we are doing is what? Aligning our goals with our daily habits. We are aligning our goals with our environment, and we are aligning our goals with our daily decisions. Now, the reason many of us don't achieve success at the end of the year, or we don't achieve our goal, is because we plan outcomes. We don't think about the process. And you can't receive or reach the outcome without going through the process. So if you want to achieve a goal, then you must be ready to go through the process that leads to the attainment of that goal. Also, many times we just copy goals, we just write it. We are being audacious. We are making resolutions of how we want the year to turn out for us. So we copy the goals. However, we don't create the systems that is going to guarantee that the goal becomes attainable. Also, we confuse our ambition with our alignment. So, regardless of how ambitious you are, if you are not aligned towards your ambition, you are not going to achieve your goals. Ambition without alignment leads to confusion and ultimately end in frustration. So, the reason why you are always frustrated at the end of the year, whereas every other person is sharing their wins, you know, but your motivation is depleted, you are frustrated, you are tired, you are worn out, you feel unachieved, is because you just set ambitious goals without aligning your goals with your current state, which is your what? Environment and your systems. Now, if your daily life contradicts your goals will lose. In essence, if the things you're doing every day does not align with the goals that you've set for yourself, you are not going to achieve your goals. So having demystified the disconnects, the discrepancy that is ensuring, that is leading to the unattainment of your goals. Now we want to begin to build up and ensuring that we are going to achieve our goals in 2026. Now, understand this. The problem is not lack of desire. Your problem is structure. So you are desirous. You have great ambitions. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do that. It is a pattern. You desire it every year. There are some goals that you've been writing for the past 5 years, but you have not achieved it. And you're feeling that maybe you are not desirous enough, maybe you are not ambitious enough. It is a lie. No, you are very desirous. The problem is what? You lack the structure that would ensure that your desire becomes a reality. Now, why do you fail at your goals? The first thing you need to understand is what? Goals are not engines. So when I say goals are not engine, what I mean is that your goals only gives you direction. Your goals only tells you where you are going. However, it is the systems that you create that actually give you the momentum and the energy to reach where you're going to. So goals give you direction, systems helps you to get to where you're going to. The second thing you must understand is that the reason why you fail at your goals is over reliance on motivation. Okay, give me a minute. Someone is complaining that the video is restricted. Let me see how I can rectify that. I don't know if someone else is experiencing that. Now, let me continue. Over reliance on motivation. So, every one of us at the start of the year, we are very motivated. I am motivated. But one thing you must understand is that what motivation is emotional, and emotional are inherently unstable. What do I mean by this? What it means is that, see, your motivation always flow. It is not stable. Sometimes you are high up there, sometimes you are low down there. So if you build your goals based on motivation, you are not going to achieve it. If your success depends on mood, it is going to collapse. If you are only always looking for someone to ginger you, to motivate you, to make you to feel excited before you achieve your goals, I'm telling you that you are not going to achieve your goal in 2026. And this is why it has repeated over time. Now you set a goals, you feel excited about it when you started with the goal because you are seeing what you want to become. But on the line, things are not falling in place. You are not getting the results that you desire. Your motivation begins to dwindle. So what happens? You forget about the goals. And now I'm not saying that motivation is not good. Motivation is good. It can get you started, but motivation will not take you to your destination. Now, the next thing is what? We always plan for ideal conditions. We believe that we'll have more time as the year, we are in a new year, right? So we believe that we have more time. The things are going to work for our good. We went to church and there were prophetic declarations, you know, a lot of things were prophesied into the year. So we believe that the year is going to be Eldorado. So the struggles we faced in the previous year is erased even as we step into the new year. But I'm sorry to shock you. I'm sorry to say this. Life does not work according to plan. The Bible even says that many are the desires or the plans of a man, but it's God's purpose that it's established. So you must plan for volatile realities in the year. You must plan for chaos. You must plan for instability. So as you journey, things you are going to encounter challenges. You are going to encounter things that is going to shift you. But when you plan for an unideal situation, then you are going to continue with your goals. Now, the next thing is what you are planning your goals, but you are not counting the cost. So for every goal that you've set for yourself, there's a price to be paid. It's commonly said that there's a price to pay to receive the prize. So if your goal is growth, then you must pay the price of consistency. If your goal is visibility, then you must be able to pay the price of discomfort. If your goal is wealth accumulation, then you must be ready to pay the price of delayed gratification. So when you go back and consider the goals that you set for yourself, did you actually consider the price that you are going to pay? And are you willing to pay that sacrifice? If you didn't count the cost, I'm sorry to tell you, you are not going to achieve the goal that you set for yourself. Now, the next thing is what? Identity conflicts. So you can't achieve what you have not become. When your confession is a betrayal of who you are not going to achieve the goals you've set. You can't achieve what contradicts who you are. So you will always become your habits. So if you say that you want to achieve a goal, have you become the person that is going to achieve that goal? That's the question you need to answer. If not, you're not going to achieve your goals. So if you want a different result in 2026, you need to build better systems. And that's what we'll be talking about tonight. Now, so what is a system? A system is a repeatable structure that produces results without depending on willpower. So a system makes you to do that thing spontaneously. without having to depend on external motivation, without having to exert force, without having to exert a lot of energy to do that thing. So anything that you need to do that will require you to be motivated, that will require you to exert a lot of energy, I'm telling you, it will become so hard for you to achieve it. But if you can build systems that will ensure that you are able to do that thing repeatedly, emphasis on what? Repeatedly, and it is structured in a way that it produces results. And the result is your goals without depending on your willpower. So there are major words that you need to understand in this definition: repeated, repeatable, structure, results, and independence of willpower. So how do we create the system? So okay, before we even create the system, what are the systems you need to create? One, you need to create what we call clarity system. Two, daily execution. Three, environment. And four, review and reset. So I'm going to disconstrue disconstruct each of them and going to explain it, break each of them. So first system you need to create: one, clarity system; two, daily execution system; three, environment; and four, review and reset. If you are catching what you're learning, you can just drop it in the comment section, the four systems that I asked you to create. If you are with me and you're learning tonight, you can just drop those four systems that you need to build. Now, the clarity system. So, when you are clear about your goals, you eliminate distractions. The reason why everything catches your attention, why you want to do this, why you want to do that, is because you are not clear. So, in gaining clarity or creating the clarity system, there are three major questions that you need to answer. One, what does success look like in 2026? My definition of success is different from yours. My picture or image of success is different from yours. So you must be able to define what success looks exactly like for you in 2026. The second thing is you must ask the question, what must I stop doing? See, it is foolishness to continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. 2026 is not going to change because you have actually prophesied it or because you have confessed change. It is going to change when you stop doing some things that has hindered you in the past years from achieving your goals. Then the third thing is what deserves my focus. What are the things I will be giving my energy? What are the things I will be giving my attention? What are the things I will be giving my time? What are the things I will be investing in 2026? Except you answer those questions, you are far from achieving your goals. That's clarity system. The second system is what? The focus system. And when we talk about focus systems, it means that now, instead explaining the clarity system, in defining your focus, the three major areas that you should set a goal is: one, your career or your business; two, your personal growth; and three, your health and relationships. These are the three major areas that you need to set goals: your career or your business. So maybe you are into a business, or maybe you are even a student. That's one area you need to set a goal for. That's the area you need to prioritize. Your personal growth, meaning your personal development. Which area of my life do I want to improve on? Maybe mentally. How do I want to improve? Then the third thing is your health and your relationship. Who do I need to connect with? How do I prioritize my health so that I will eat better and I will live better? These are the three focus buckets that you create a goal for. The reason why many of us we don't achieve our goals is because oftentimes we just mix everything together. You just write anything that comes to your mind. Your goals is not classified. It is not in buckets. And sometimes your goals is in buckets, but they are too much. So you create like 10 different buckets and you are just one person. How do you intend to achieve it? So these are the three major buckets that you need to create goals for. Now, moving on, the second system that you need to create is what? Daily execution system. Daily execution system. Now, big goals die in daily chaos. Your system must be simple, repeat, repeatable, and daily or weekly. So, what it means in essence is that for you to achieve your goals, you have to create a system that will ensure that you are executing that goal every day. You are taking definite step each day you wake up towards your goal, towards the achievement of your goals. If the goals that you've set for yourself cannot be imputed in your daily to-do list, then you are far away from achieving that goal. And I'm going to explain it later on. Now we are still defining the systems. Now, for example, if you want to improve your writing skill or you want to complete your book, instead of you saying, I want to write, complete a book and publish that book, why not say, I will write 300 words daily? Or you want to build visibility online. Instead of you saying that I will create a YouTube channel and I want to grow it to 10,000 subscribers, why not say, I'm going to create 3 videos weekly? Oh, I want to acquire a skill set. Instead of you saying that I want to be the best paid person or the foremost expert in this skill set, why not say I'm going to invest 30 minutes daily in learning something that is going to make me a better person or proficient in that skill set? Moving on, another thing you need to create is environment system. Your environment is shaping your behavior consistently through one, your phone notifications, two, your social circles or friends, three, your physical workspace, four, access to distractions. So some of us, our phones are a distraction. We can't even stay 1 hour reading without checking our phone. And it is not only you that is guilty of that. Even me, I'm guilty of that. So sometimes you have to put your phone on focus mode, do not disturb mode, because you want to focus. Your environment is very powerful in defining the achievement of your goals. The friends, the associations that you have. See, you have to say bye bye to some kind of association if you want to achieve your goals. And you have to embrace some association if you want to achieve your goals in 2026. Like personally, because of the goals I've set for myself, today I have to message 2 persons that needs to actually be closer to them because they already have results in the things that I'm actually working towards. Your physical workspace, or you have to create it in a such a way that okay, maybe each day you wake up, you want to have your devotion. Instead of you talking your Bible in one box, can you place your Bible beside your bed so that when you wake up, you will see your Bible and you'll be reminded that you need to read your Bible? This is designing your workspace and designing system that supports your goals. Access to distractions. What are the things that you need to let go in your environment that you need to let go because they are distracting you from achieving your goals? Now, if discipline feels hard, change your environment, not your willpower. See, many of us, we are fighting a war that we can never win. You are looking for more motivation, you are looking for more live sessions to attend, more conferences to attend. You are feeling, I need to be motivated. No, the problem is not motivation, the problem is the environment, the circle of friends that you have, the kind of environment you have, the kind of workspace that you have. If you can change your environment, you will change your life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to relocate from where you are. Internet has made the world a global village. You can travel to anywhere you desire, even though you are still in the comfort of your room. Now, review and reset. You want to grow, but did you review your last goal? What you don't review, you repeat. It is a pattern. For you to cause a change, then you must undergo a period of introspection whereby you critically imagine, you critically examine the things you're doing to be able to understand what are the gaps is, what are the loopholes, what are the things I need to stop doing, what are the things I need to continue to do, what are the things I need to start doing. Review, and you now reset it. Now I'm going to discuss it further. For instance, every morning you review your goals for the day. You write the things you want to do. Identify top three priorities, the three major things I need to do. And if I'm able to do these three major things, then I've achieved my goal. Then you enter into a state of visualization. Now, things happen twice, things are created twice. First in the mind, second in the world. So if you can't picture it in your mind, you cannot put it in your hands. What you can't see with your mind, your hand cannot handle it. Did you get that? So in the evening too, when you finish the reviewing in the morning, you what? Review in the evening. What did I do well in the day? What could I do better? Then plan tomorrow's top three activities. I'm just remembering these things that there was a time I was so serious about writing this to-do list, and sometimes I clutter it with like 10, 15 activities that I want to do. I frustrated myself. I didn't achieve anything. So prioritize just three things. See, when you're able to achieve three things, there's this kind of energy that you bring into the next day, because when you achieve your goal, there is an internal motivation that comes with that. Now, weekly review questions. At the end of the week, don't enter into the next week without reviewing the last week. So you think about it. What worked in this week? What failed? And what will I adjust? So the three questions you are asking: what are the things that worked? What failed? And what will I adjust? This turns your effort into intelligence. So let's continue. Systems fail without structure. So we have created four systems, which is what? Clarity system, two, daily execution system, three, environment system, and three, four, review and research system. But we need to create a structure that will ensure that our systems comes into reality, and that's what we'll be talking about. So we are creating, the first structure we'll be creating is time structure. So you have to have three time structures. One, fixed work blocks, meaning that you are going to devote some certain time and say, I just want to work, deep work. There's a book called Deep Work. You can read it. Very powerful book. Then, non-negotiable routines. What are the things that you do every morning and every evening? I'll just share some of the things you need to do every morning, which is what? Review your goals, both morning and evening. What are the things that you must do? Okay, exercise. Oh, morning devotion. Oh, words of affirmation. Are you getting it now? Then you must have protected thinking time. One of the things that distinguish successful people from every other person is what? While we are busy thinking, they are busy. While we are busy doing, they are busy thinking. So the quality of the things they do is high, whereas we are doing so much but without quality. So life is not going to reward you based on the quality of things that you do. No, based on the quantity of the things that you do, but based on the quality of the things you do. Now, the next structure you need to create is what I call accountability structure. What gets measured gets done. If there's no accountability in your life, you can't achieve your goals. So it could, when you are isolate, when you do things in isolation, you're not going to get much results. But when you're accountable to people, oh, you tell them your goals. You go publicly and say, I want to build my YouTube channel. I want to make this so amount of money. You share it with your mentor. They motivate you. They ask you, okay, how far have you gone with your goals? That's accountability. Someone was sharing it some time ago that he had to be accountable to someone for him to achieve his goal of what? Publishing blog post. That each time he fails to publish a blog post in a week, he has to pay that person 15,000 naira. Just like that. That's accountability at play. The next thing is what? Reward structure. Meaning that each time you achieve your goal, you must reward yourself. It doesn't have to be something so big. The fact that you showed up, the fact that you did the activity, it is worthy of being rewarded. It is worthy of applause. So many of us will postpone our reward till when we ultimately achieve our goals. No, you have to reward yourself every step of the way. Because if you postpone your reward to the end of your goal, you are not going to see the end of the goal, meaning that you are not going to achieve that goal. The next one is identity calibration, meaning that you must think, who must I become? What identity must die? Is it fear? Fear of failure? Not believing that you are not good enough? These are contrasting identity. Now, you must shift from what I want to be consistent to becoming I am the kind of person who shows up daily. Now, it seems as if it is only just a little thing that you change, but you change something powerful. Instead of you saying, I want to become, you are prophesying or you are declaring, you are confessing that you are the kind of person that it is consistent. That's a shift in identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system and identity. Don't say hide goals, rise to the level of your goals. Become the person that can achieve your goals and create system that will support the achievement of your goals. Now, what do you need to do now? Pick just one goal. Create one daily system that you'll be doing. Eliminate one distraction and create one identity shift. Just do that thing. Then you can now do it for each of the bucket list of goals that I asked you to create. I hope you guys learned something tonight. So I'm going to end it on these notes. 2026 will not be won by people who try harder. It will be won by people who design better lives. Calibration is the strategy. If you want to achieve your goals in 2026, then you must calibrate yourself to become the person that achieves those goals. Guys, thank you so much for joining tonight's class. See you again next week. Unfortunately, I will not be able to take questions tonight because I need to rush somewhere. But next week, we're going to have another session. So we're going to be having, I pray I'm the goal I'm setting. So now, one thing I'm doing now is I want you guys to I want to be accountable to you guys. So I want to be coming up live every week. I think it will be on Friday, not Saturdays. Then we'll just talk about different topics. And if you have any topic in mind that you want me to speak on, just send me a message via WhatsApp or through any of my social media channels, and I will pick it up from there and we'll see how we can do that. So thank you so much for joining the session tonight. Do well to share. I will leave it on my YouTube channel so you can come back to rewatch it and also share with your friends and invite them to also subscribe to the channel. And it's going to be raining value every week in on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.